Good morning, everybody. I'm Molly from Bell Farms. So today we're going to do a little bit of a mixture of things on this video. I'm in the garden and I wanted to give you guys an update on how things are growing here. I also wanted to show you, Shane has been hard at work on the corn picker. So I'm going to show you some footage from him working on the corn picker. And I think I'll get to building those benches I was talking about. So the garden is looking really good. We are just starting to harvest some zucchini here and some cucumbers. So things are growing really good. Behind me, this is all of the winter squashes and then pumpkins, and then we've got beans behind me there, and then sweet corn after that. So our sweet corn is taking off. We've had some extremely hot weather in Maine. It's been in the upper 90s and the nights have been very warm as well. So usually it's pretty cool at night in Maine, and this year so far it's been very hot. So it has really pushed the sweet corn. So we're going to start quite a bit earlier than we normally do. So I think we actually might start picking on Monday. So my next thing will be to give you guys an update on the sweet corn before we start picking. Things have been crazy. I've been very busy. I'm trying to get some videos out to you guys. Sorry if I'm not answering all the comments the way I used to, but I'm really just trying to get my work done and try and get these videos out to you guys. So hang in there. Okay, so cucumbers. I've got a few different plants here that have cucumbers that are ready. So I'm going to pick those this morning and then I'm going to head over to Auburn. So I'm going to use one of these RPCs to harvest my vegetables in. I've already sanitized it. I tried some of those snacking cucumbers. That's what that one is. And then these are picklers. So I'm going to attempt to try and pick this stuff and show you guys what I'm doing. I mean, most of you have probably seen people pick cucumbers, but so I guess that back in the day, the Bells used to grow acres of cucumbers, and it was a lot of work to pick by hand. Shane was not a fan of picking cucumbers, but he was the best one at picking cucumbers. This is when he was pretty young. All right, I think that's it for this patch here. I do have a lot more cucumbers growing. And let's check out the zucchini. Looks like there's only one today. Tomatoes. A couple more days on these guys here. All right, guys, so the tomatoes, they are bushy and they were out of control and I cannot keep up with tying them. So I'm doing my best, but yeah, easier said than done. I do not have a ton of time to do this stuff, but things are growing really well. I've got a couple tomatoes that are actually starting to show some color, which is cool. The first plants I put in, they are really doing well. And these ones are neat too. These are those purple indigo, or purple rose, I think, or indigo rose. I'm sorry, that's what they're called. And these are pretty neat looking. Really pretty color. I guess that's a little bit of the garden update. I'm working on getting myself set up with a proper like washing station, and I've got these plastic pallets that I've been using. So I'm gonna make some little tables here just so I have places to put things, and I use this as a little wash station. What I did was I just dug a hole and I put this pallet over it. And now all my wash water drains right down and doesn't go all over the ground. And then I have a hose that is run over to the Gray House, which is a property that the Bell family owns, and we have family members that live there. So I can use that hose, which works out well. But yes, things are really looking good out here. Pretty happy with everything. All right, guys, this is my quick update on the garden. I'm gonna head over to Auburn. Not a huge harvest, but I got something. There's my supplies for my benches, and I'm gonna load this stuff up in the truck.
Morning. So what I'm going to be doing today is playing around with the corn picker a little bit and getting that ready to go. Usually I try to go through it pretty good every year because cannot afford any downtime with this thing. I think it's coming up on 20. I've been running it 20 years or so and hasn't let me down yet. So this is her. So I just put a new coat of paint in the hopper. Just freshen her up a bit. I'd like to hit some more of it with some paint too, but just a lot of hydraulics and electronics and everything to go over. This thing runs most of its life in the dark, so I've got a pretty good lighting system on it. And these little spinning wheels of death here that cut the corn stalk at the ground. And then those V-belts pinch the top and pull it down through those rollers that spin where the ear comes off. I mean, you guys will see this going in action quite a bit, I'm sure. But yeah, let's get to work. So all the functions on it seem to work fine. I got the picking window cylinders rephased, so that is making sure that that cylinder and that cylinder over there are in sync so that the head is picking level and one side's not higher than the other. I got some roller chains I'm going to be replacing, and yeah, so we'll do that now. I had counted the lengths between the old chain and the new chain, but looks like once upon a time I must have already taken a link out of there because that's too short. Take two. We will go with 23 links this time. See how that goes. To show you how much chains do end up stretching. Alright, take two. Usually third time's a charm, but hopefully we can get this one in two. reason I'm replacing these chains is they were very, very loose, and a couple of times last year they actually fell off. So in the event of saving myself some downtime, and I think this picker has, you know, a whopping 3 roller chains on it, so I'm replacing all of them this year. These 2, and then there's a conveyor drive over there. But yeah, half link would have been perfect. Try it, see what it looks like. Alright, I don't think there's much more else going on up here. So I will put this guard back on. Obviously this thing's gonna get another bath. It takes like 3 sessions to wash this thing completely in the beginning of the year, so it's like a whole day. Alright, try to start the year off on the right foot, so to speak. Alright, so now we're to the chain that drives the conveyors. So I do need a couple new idlers on there, but I'll just get the chain cut to length for now and just, you know, just mock it up. So, new roller chain here. Said probably put a piece of wood here, but I've got to get a new idler sprocket. I got to get a new idler sprocket here and up there because the bearings are a little loud. So, where are you coming from, oil? Yeah. That little nut there at the O-ring, I've had problems with that before, so I need a little chisel to tighten that up. So that's all the running gear and everything on that greased up. May have noticed I was not using food grade grease. On this, generally what I do is I use regular grease, my preferred grease, the Cobalt. I grease all the running gear and everything that cannot possibly come in contact with the food. And then the rest of the bearings on the conveyors and the cleaning fans and whatnot, that stuff where it can potentially come in contact with food, so I will use food grade grease there. Like I said, I try to do what I can because this piece of equipment cannot afford a single day of downtime. And it's like it's old, but it don't owe us anything.
All right, So I'm gonna get to work on my benches. I'm gonna do this in the case fan here just because it'll be a little bit cooler, and then I can just sweep up the sawdust or whatever mess I make. So I'm gonna bring the materials in. I did get a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood. I had Home Depot cut it because they have that big saw there, and that way I don't have to move it in one big sheet. So I just have them cut that into 4 pieces for me. So that makes this project so much easier. That's what I did last year, and I just do it again this year. So I'm just replacing a couple of these older benches, and I'm gonna take one of the older benches and turn it into the bench I need for packing beans. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah? All right, guys, I just need to grab my speed square and I will be ready to get to work. All right, what do you want me to do?
So you see that drill there with the screw on it?
Yep.
I'm going to lift this up.
Okay.
And screw it in place, please.
All right. How far are we going? Like here? All right. Perfect. Good enough to me. All right. Your sign is up. Good job, Shane. I'm not the boss. Bessie approves. All right, now I'm going to get back to work. All right, off to build benches. So we're getting ready to start sweet corn. We've got just a couple days. Today is Friday, and we're going to start on Monday. We won't start with our big orders yet, but we will start selling to our local markets. Tim and Carol, those guys come and get corn. All right, Raymond's washing tractors. Raymond's been doing a lot of work around the building. I'll have to show you guys that too. He's been scraping up the loading dock area and getting that nice and clean. So there were some questions about why we do all this cleaning and stuff. And the reason for this is because we sell to Walmart, and they require us to have a very high level of food safety. So we get a certificate every year for that, and we get certified for GAP Harmonized Plus, which is good agricultural practices. But that is not the only reason why we do all of this. We do it to keep our building clean. We do it because it's the right thing to do. It's important when you're dealing with food to clean your buildings, keep everything clean. It's just important. So we do it for Multiple reasons. Doing it for Walmart, though, does help kind of set a checklist of what needs to be done. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn the lights on in here because it's dark, and I'm going to start these benches. I am not a carpenter. I do not know anything about building things. I can build some benches. So keep your comments nice. I'm going to grab one of the other benches I built last year just so I can look at it as a reference. All right, that's it. Pretty simple here. Okay. All right, so I got 3 of my benches done here. 1, 2, 3. I messed up cutting my 2x4. So I need to get another 2x4 to finish the last bench, but that's okay. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here today. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's watching. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to share them if you like them, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.